Welcome back to TECHMIMIC, where you can simply view, imitate, replicate, and get on with your day. Today we are going to transform the default Cinnamon terminal in Linux Mint into something that looks and feels amazing. If you are tired of the plain old terminal and you want to make it more visually appealing, stick around. First things first, we're going to spice up the look of our terminal by adding a theme. You might not know this, but Terminal supports custom themes, and there is a cool tool called Gogh, or Gogh in Dutch, after the famous painter. That makes this process super easy. Gogh is a collection of color schemes for various terminal emulators, including the Cinnamon terminal. A link to Gogh's GitHub is in the description of this video. I am demonstrating this on a freshly installed version of Linux Mint 22.1 Xia with the Cinnamon desktop. Open your terminal and type the following commands to install a couple of tools which we will need for Gogh. Sudo apt install tconf-cli uuid-runtime. Next, let's run the Gogh script to choose a theme. bash-c and then what is on your screen now. It will be linked in the description. This will bring up a list of themes. You can scroll through the options, and once you find one that you like, just type the corresponding number and hit enter. I will go with Dracula number 116 because it's easy on the eye and looks great. And I'm also going to install IBM 3270 number 172 because IBM mainframes, 3270 terminals and ZOS are just nostalgic to me. And green on black just looks great in my opinion. You can of course select as many themes as you like. Note that the themes used in this video, Dracula and IBM 3270, have changed numbers between releases of Gogh, maybe because new themes have been added. I'm sure this will change again over time, so the numbers used here could be different from yours. On Linux Mint 22.1, when you install Gogh, there could be the message default profile not a valid identifier. To fix this, right-click the terminal, select Preferences, and then click the little down arrow next to Unnamed. Select Rename, enter a new name of default, and click Rename again. And then close the Preferences dialog. Now run the bash command again to install Gogh. And it should now work without any errors. By right-clicking the terminal, you can check out and apply your new themes. I really like how quick I can switch between themes and also between light and dark modes. You can even have multiple themes across multiple tabs. You can further customize the themes and select a default theme. Now that our terminal has a fresh coat of paint, let's make the prompt itself look a bit more stylish with Powerline-go and some nice fonts. Powerline-go provides a beautiful and fast prompt for your shell, written in the Go language. Again, a link to the GitHub page is in the description of this video. First, we'll install the Go language. Type sudo apt install golang-go. And once Go is available, install Powerline-go with the command go install github.com/justjen or Janne /Powerline-go add latest. That will install it in the current directory, and in this case that is my home directory, and that is what I want. Adjust if you need to. And lastly, we need the Powerline fonts. Type sudo apt install fonts-powerline. Now set your terminal theme. I will use Dracula to use a Powerline font. Open your terminal's preferences, go to the text or the font settings, and choose a Powerline compatible font like Deja Vu Sans Mono or any other Powerline font you installed. Different fonts for different themes are also possible. You can now close the Preferences dialog. After the installation is complete, we will need to modify our bash configuration to enable Powerline. Let's edit the .bashrc file located in your user's home directory. I'm using XED, which is the default text editor in Linux Mint Cinnamon, but you can use any editor like VI or Nano. Scroll all the way to the end of the file, and then add the lines on screen now. Also located in the description of this video for your convenience. Adjust the path if you've installed the Go language and or Powerline-go somewhere else. Save and exit the file. Finally, let's apply the changes. For that, we can source or reload the bash configuration. Type source.bashrc. It did something, but I think it can look better. Let's try to restart the terminal. There we are. Our prompt now has a sleek, informative look thanks to Powerline-go. Let me change into a subdirectory so you can see the prompt changing. Everything you see can be adjusted, as almost always the case in Linux. By default, it shows the username, the host name, and the present working directory. When you type a non-existing command or the return code of a command is an error, Powerline-go will change its colors to red. When you navigate to a directory that needs permissions, a padlock icon is displayed. And when you go into a Git repository, the icon will change to a Git icon and it will show you the current Git branch. If there are multiple user accounts on this system, different power lines are possible per user, as each user will have their own .bashrc file. Now the last step is just for a little bit of fun, but to create a welcome banner for your terminal, let's install Figlet for ASCII Art and lolcat for coloring. Type sudo apt install Figlet lolcat. Go back to the end of your .bashrc file and add any message you would like to run through lolcat. I think you can see where this is going. And to top it off, let's make sure the terminal is aware of its own identity and run it through Figlet as well. Save and exit the file. Let's also add a menu bar to the terminal. Right-click and enable Show Menu Bar. Now every time you start a new terminal window or tab, it just looks a little bit different. Have fun with this and replace the text with, for example, the fortune command. And there you have it. Your Cinnamon terminal in Linux Mint is now fully pimped out. From themes and fonts to custom prompts and banners, you've transformed your terminal into something that's not just functional, but also fun to use. That's it. Hope it helped, and if it did, please like the video and keep it up. Until next time, bye!